Welcome to Autism Approved, brought to you by Enzymedica. Now here's your host, Kristin Selby Gonzalez.
Hi everyone, my name is Kristin Selby Gonzalez and welcome to Autism Approved. With 1 out of 91 children being diagnosed between the ages of 3 and 17 and 1 out of 58 boys being diagnosed with autism, we knew that it was more important than ever to bring you a show that offered hope, options, resources, and tools. Today I'm very excited to introduce our next guest, who is Natalie Wilson, who is owner and founder of Full Circle Chiropractic and is located here in Seal Beach. So hi Natalie.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
Now if they want to find you, I know they can go to your website, which is fullcirclechiropractic.com. And you do an array of things. You help your pediatric chiropractor, and you also help with prenatal.
Yep.
And then you do general, all the above, right?
Yep. From 0 to 100 or plus.
And I think it's so important for people to understand that there's really no age limits.
No, not at all.
When we're looking for chiropractic. Well, before we dive into what is all the great things you do, can we give maybe the viewers a little bit of background of what is chiropractic and why is it so important?
Well, chiropractic is a natural healing art that deals with not only the spine but the full body. And the main thing is to reduce subluxation, to give your body...
Now, what is that? What does that word mean?
So subluxation literally means less than a dislocation. So what we're looking for as chiropractors is when we're feeling the spine, we're looking to see if a vertebra is out of alignment, and just to keep it simple. And that misalignment can cause pressure on a nerve, and that misalignment is called a subluxation.
Okay.
So
it's a really big word.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's not a scary word.
Okay.
So we're looking for that, and we, by the the chiropractic adjustment, corrects that subluxation, and then it allows the body to have optimal energy, healing flow. We use an analogy that if you have a dimmer switch, and if you have a misalignment of the spine, that dimmer switch is all the way down. Sometimes there's no light at all. Sometimes it's a very, very little bit of light. And what a chiropractor does is we're turning on that switch so that you have full potential.
Almost igniting.
Yes, your body can work at full potential because your nervous system is held in the spinal column, and it innervates every nerve, muscle, tissue, organ in the body. So everything is innervated by nerves.
Okay.
And if there's a misalignment and that nerve flow is not getting to the stomach, to the heart, to the legs, you're not going to be, working at top performance. So it gives your body that chance to fight everything with everything that's in our world. You need that extra help to.
So it's not just if my neck hurts.
Not at all. And people think, oh, chiropractors are just neck pain, back pain, and it's far from that. We were not founded because someone hurt their back or their neck.
Now, how were you guys founded?
Chiropractor's been around for over 100 years.
Wow.
And the founders, D.D. Palmer, B.J. Palmer, were the first founding family of chiropractic. And it actually started by B.J. Palmer working on a guy who had lost his hearing. And he was able to restore his hearing. So they thought chiropractic cured deafness.
Oh, wow.
And it didn't. It just fixed that nerve that was out of alignment.
And for that particular person.
And for that particular person, that's the result. And there's been many chiropractic miracles like that happen.
Was it something to do with the fluid, maybe, or?
It was just that in particular was just the misalignment of the bones putting pressure on the nerve.
Wow.
The nerve was then able to function at its highest performance, and that resulted in restoring hearing.
Wow.
For some people, it is back pain, and that does help. And for others, it's maybe a stomach issue or headaches.
But even with back pain and headaches, as you're talking, I'm thinking there's a reason for it. So, I know, because I know you work on me,
yes,
as well as you work on my son. So, but and I know I'm always coming to you going, my neck hurts, I have a headache. But you're always telling me there's a reason for it. So it's not that you're just putting me back in alignment. You're looking for the causes of why it first started to begin with.
Right. So I ask you, how long have you been traveling?
Yeah.
Where have you been sleeping? Is it the bed, travel? All those things play a role. And so you need to look at the whole person and not just, oh, let me just fix that one spot that's bothering you. It could be other things, and we don't want it to lead into anything else. So we want to stop it before it starts to hurt anything else.
Well, I know when you work on me, I mean, I feel so much better, you know, and again, it's all about that maintenance, which we'll talk about later, which you're always reminding me of. And again, but it's not just maintenance with you, but it's maintenance of our lifestyles.
Right.
You know, am I getting enough sleep? Am I drinking enough water? Am I working too much? Am I traveling? Am I in a car for too long? I mean, there's all these factors that play a role.
And we try to do this, you know, we're a drug-free healthcare practice. We don't believe in covering up a symptom.
Yeah, that's putting a Band-Aid on it, really.
Yes, and so, you know, for anything, there's chiropractors. I have patients that have cancer. I'm not treating the cancer. I'm just giving their body that fighting chance to be able to fight cancer on their own. Our body knows what to do. Chiropractic's an art, a science, and a philosophy.
Art, science, and philosophy. Okay.
And our philosophy is, there's an innate intelligence in our body. It knows what to do. And so, we throw up for reasons. We have fevers for reasons, and you don't want to be quick to cover those up.
Well, I know
your body's doing it for a reason.
Well, and even a fever, I mean, that actually is basically the best antibiotic in a sense you could ever get, because it actually helps the body be able to fight it, and that's what we need.
Yes.
So when people get a fever, all of a sudden, what do? They're like, oh, we have to stamp that out. We have to stamp that out. And really, we don't.
No.
Yeah. So
our body's pretty smart. It knows what to do.
Isn't it amazing what our body can do? Well, so now in regards to autism, because, this is what we're here for, right? We're talking about autism. And I know that years ago, I heard about chiropractic, for autism, and I thought, okay, wasn't really understanding it, and I kept learning more. And here I am, and if you guys know my background, I'm all about sensory integration and diet, and yet for some reason, and here I was getting treatments, but wasn't thinking for my son. And then I started thinking, wow, the nervous system, and I started talking to more chiropractors and listening to your guys' presentations, and really it's like another person on that team. You have your occupational therapist, you have your speech language pathologist, you might have a physical therapist, your behavioral therapist, and then you have your chiropractor on board. And so why is it so important for autism?
Well, autism is like the ultimate form of sensory overload. So that nervous system is working so hard to figure out what the body needs to do, whether it's the sensory, whether it's the toxins in the body, whether it's trying to do so many things. So allowing that nervous system to be free to flow to help that child function at its optimal level is the most important thing. I know with Jax, he has a lot of upper cervical issues, really tight. They have that superhuman strength, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Explain to them what upper cervical means. Like for the person at home, it's like upper cervical. Hold on, let me open my dictionary. Okay, is that up
the
here?
Neck. We're talking about the neck when we say cervical. So, and that's really where it all starts. Our brainstem exits that hole in our bottom of our head. So, affecting that upper neck is going to help set up the nervous system going all the way down. And it's just really common to find children on the spectrum to have neck issues, maybe some low back stuff, and just finding this big word again, subluxations, correcting them, making that spine nice and straight. Well, it's not straight, it has its own curves, but reducing those subluxations will help that nervous system just fire function, so that they can deal with the noises, with the foods, with the environment.
And even digestion.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that when you first started, and here I am, diet, digestion, we do enzymes and probiotics and, our omegas, doing everything we can think of. And I remember, it was so funny, I remember you were working on Jax, and I don't know, I think it was somewhere in the back or something, and you were like, oh, he must